Well, good morning. Thank you for joining me. Well, it's nearly lunchtime. That's why we're back in the office. Brand image, customer engagement, customer experience. Now, something I want to talk to you, and it's been talking over the last few videos. It is purely 100% about the customer. What the customer wants is going to drive your business. Now, I talk about the momentum of the customer, the desires of the customer, the needs of the customer, and how you as a business can jump on the bandwagon and develop. Now, you heard in my last video, I was very passionate about a golf course, and I'm going to say it was a golf course. I'm not going to tell you the name. The customers want to go out and represent the golf course, and they want to do competitions and sign a little box to say, yes, I'm endorsing this venue. I'm proud of this venue. I'm making the most of this venue. Now, there comes a point in time where you've got to try and understand as a business owner, an entrepreneur, what is not the next revolution, but the next thing the customers want and the customers need. Now, as you know, I work purely in the sports and leisure sectors. That's what I do. So a lot of my stuff is leisure and pleasure. So people have a limited leisure time. They want to go out and enjoy it. Now, you've got to find as a business how you capitalise on that. Now, obviously, you know, I've got a magazine here. I read a lot of the industry magazines, Dealer News. And the thing that's picked up on there, and I'm going to mention it, you know, we're talking about the mountain bikes. We're talking about the electric bikes. And there's a whole article on the electric mountain bikes. And one thing that I was involved with massively was asking the customers what they want. We all know that people want to go out and get fit. We get that. But certain things that we want to go out and actually, it costs a great deal of money to park up and in some of these parks and country estates. So the local dealers, the local motorcycle dealers, I'm trying to convince to get into the electric mountain bike market. And the reason being, and it said in this article very much, that it's human powered but supported by an electric motor, e-bikes or, you know, pedelecs or whatever you want to call them. But the idea being is that it's customer driven. Customers want to go out and enjoy the countryside. They want to go out for rides. They want to go out with their friends and their family. They want to go out and enjoy themselves, but they don't want to really get too knackered. So they're kind of driving a whole new flow, I suppose. But you as a business and in the motorsport and in the motorcycle and in the leisure trade, you've got to capitalise on this. You've got to understand what customers are doing. And obviously, like I say, this is a trade magazine, so I get to see it, the trade get to do it. But you've got to sit down and do your SWOT analysis and go, is this for me, is this not? No. Ask your customers what they want. Customer surveys, customer feedback. Your customers drive the momentum of your business. The customers are driving the momentum of the big business that are making the pedelecs. There's a demand, there's a supply. We need to create a hype. And it's what I'm involved in, which is why I'm kind of making this video, is that you go from the golf one that we had, where the customers are going, I want to represent that golf course. I want to be proud of that golf course. I want to play for that golf course. I want to basically get more people to come to my golf course. And we've got the same with the pedelecs and the electric and the e-bikes, whatever you want to call them. Consumers want a way of cycling, slightly easy. They want to go out and enjoy themselves. And they want to kind of jump on the bandwagon and go, right, I can probably cycle for longer. I can, you know, it's making my life a little bit easier with the pedalling. So you as a bike shop, as a motorcycle shop, need to understand what you're doing. Now, in this magazine, it talks about the e-bikes not being discounted. But one of the biggest things on the front, and I'm going to say it here, is discount crisis. So a lot of the bike shops are in crisis because they're having to discount so much to get it out. But yet in the next breath, there's the e-bike craze. So what I'm trying to get you to understand, and it's us as consultants, not just me, but the team and other consultants around the world, and I speak to them at conferences and I have done over the weekend, businesses aren't listening to their customers. Business aren't listening to the environment they're in. They're very blinkered. This is what I see, this is what I do. They've put the blinkers on, but it's stopping ears. You need to be back here. Not here, you need to be back here. Understanding what your environment needs. And I talk passionately about this, and you know I do. The brand and the image. You've got customers coming in your store. You've got customers on your online. You've got customers engaged in your brand, your image. They're advocates for you. Now, for me, it's frustrating that I'm reading all of this about the industry changing, developing, evolving, and you've got to keep up. Now, as I said in the last video, as a non-executive director, you sit on a board and you try and put a roof over the business's head. But I'm reading these magazines and I'm talking to other board members and other directors going, we need to understand which direction the business is going. Where is the business being driven? The momentum from our customers. We need to understand our customers' needs, wants and desires. When we understand what they want, we tailor the business to them. And this is critical. It's all right having a nugget of an idea and going, oh, I want this. But then you've got to find somebody to buy it, somebody to sell it to. But if you listen to what they want, all of a sudden then you've got a bigger spec. They're already going to buy it. So think a bit of a role reversal. And I talk about this a lot when I speak to customers and the clients and businesses. And think about what your customer wants. Go ask them. If you ask them what they want and you give them what they want, 9 times out of 10 they're going to buy it because that's what they want. They're telling you, what I need, Ant, is I need this. Well, if I make you that, will you buy it? Well, yeah, that's what I need. So I'm going to make you that. You're going to agree? Yeah, fine. But you're going to find lots more customers will want it. And you need to understand our business, how you can support and supply the demands of your customers. But you need to ask your customers. So think about what it, and I've used this, obviously the Dealer News, the Trade Magazine, the clients that I work with, and I'm trying to constantly get them. Stop putting the blinkers here. Open your eyes, put it here. Listen to what is going on. You know, build your brand, improve your image, cultivate customer experience and customer engagement. The customer experience, you're asking them what they want. They need to come to your venue and it needs to be good. And I talked about this with the golf course. And it is fundamentally about getting people in. When you've got them over the threshold, keep them and make them enjoy the experience. If they don't enjoy the experience, they don't come back. Now I need you to touch on this, because if you've got one part of this wrong, it's negative. So if your prices might be too high for your cup of coffee, they're not going to come back. They're going to leave a negative taste in their mouth, so to speak. So think about the process, and it's something I work massively with customers and clients. Walk the process, walk the journey. And I'm going to put a picture that goes with this. It's understanding the map of the mind, comes back to the NLP. What's your journey? And I talk about this massively in sport, and I did a talk the other week. A couple work all week so that they can go and enjoy their leisure time. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, they're working all week to enjoy their leisure time. So they have a limited weekend of which to go out and enjoy their leisure time. Now, if you've created a good buzz, you've created a hype, you've created an experience, and you've created that somebody wants to come, referral, recommendation, whatever, they're going to come. Now, from their first touch point to their last touch point must be a good experience. And if it is any part of that that's negative, the first or the last, you're going to lose. Because the first point must be the image, the brand, and the warmth of the feeling. And the last point must be able to send them away with a positive experience. If you send them away with a negative last touch point, business is ruined, they ain't coming back. Because they'll remember the first, they'll remember the last. The bit in the middle gets a bit hazy. So think about it with your food. Starters, main course and dessert. You have an amazing starters. Oh, what a brilliant place. Look at what they do. Look at blah, 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 blah. Main course wasn't so great. Oh, but the dessert was mega. So they've left having a lovely, and you've apologised, you've got them a discount. Oh, yeah, we'll try again. They'll always give you the benefit of the doubt. So think about that in your business. Think about the touch points. Think about the customer engagement, the customer experience. But if you know what your customers want, you can deliver a service and a product, an image and a brand and an experience they will buy into time and time again, and they will promote you. Anyway, think about that. I'm going to go and work, more reading, bits and pieces to do, and we'll talk to you during the week. Take care.